Hi, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times. On Friday, August the 19th, I'm happy to report that at this particular minute, it's not raining. Also at this particular minute, the defense is finishing up its case and defending Wade Naramore, the judge in Hot Springs who's charged with negligent homicide and the hot car death of his son, Thomas, last summer. Naramore is taking the stand in his own defense. That testimony got underway just after the lunch break. Don't have a report yet on what he said. It's sure to be emotional. Today, the attorney that's leading a group that hopes to put a second medical marijuana amendment on the ballot turned in more signatures. David Couch thinks they'll have enough signatures to qualify that amendment for the ballot. There'll be competing measures. Whether that's good or bad for medical marijuana is a difference of opinion between the sponsors of the two amendments. Eldridge, a Democratic Senate candidate against Republican John Bozeman, did something slightly unusual today. He criticized the Democratic President of the United States, President Obama, for not making a visit to flood-ravaged Louisiana. I don't think this will get many votes for Eldridge attacking Barack Obama, even though that's certainly popular in Arkansas and Louisiana. I should note that the Democratic governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards, says that they don't really need Obama in Louisiana right now. The amount of divergence of police and other public safety personnel that's necessary for presidential visit will just slow down the rescue effort. So there is that. The Republicans don't see it that way, of course. News yesterday from the Clinton Foundation, which is important in Arkansas. They announced, at least they told their staff, and the news leaked out, that if Hillary Clinton is elected, they're going to stop taking contributions to the foundation from foreign governments and also from corporations. They say they'll still take individual contributions in the U.S. I still think that will be a problem. This will absolutely mean a change and a refocusing was the word I think to use the Clinton Foundation work. I think you can interpret that to mean a reduction in what has been a sprawling worldwide operation that could have some impact in Little Rock. The foundation operates here primarily to help the operation of the Clinton Presidential Library. There was a killing late last night in West Little Rock. Lawrence Abiqui, two men came into his house wanting to buy drugs. Before it was over, he was shot dead. The police are searching for suspects. The unemployment rate in Arkansas in July held steady at 3.9%. That's a record low. The workforce declined slightly, however. Mark Martin, the Secretary of State, brings to mind the old Saturday Night Live joke, Francisco Franco is still dead. Mark Martin is still refusing to supply information requested under the Freedom of Information Act by the Democratic Party. This is about the flawed voter data that Mark Martin sent around to county clerks in the state. So far, no data has been produced, at least not sufficient under the FOI request made by the Democratic Party. They've sent a letter that threatens a lawsuit. News from Texas. An economic study by some people who've received money from backers of charter schools found that after an intensive study of the significant charter school operations in Texas, they don't seem to produce better test scores or better salaries in the working world for people who are graduates of charter schools. Those are some more facts. They don't tend to affect the faith-based people that think if you're a charter school, you must be better no matter what the facts show in Arkansas in any event. And maybe one other thing, late today, I just learned that the filing for the Little Rock City Board of Directors was completed. There'll be contested races in 3 or 4 races. Joan Adcock will have an opponent. Molly Miller, she's a good candidate. There's going to be a 3-way race for Brad Kazort's old seat led by Cappy Peck, but also including Roy Brooks, the former Little Rock school superintendent, said he wants to get back into public life. So that was an interesting development today. And finally, maybe we ought to cue up Culture Club with a little rendition of Karma Chameleon. My old favorite, the Whitewater persecutor, Ken Starr, is gone from Baylor University. He's out of his tenured law professor job. He'd early lost his presidency and his chancellorship for not doing much of a reaction to, guess what, sexual assaults on his campus. Those of us in Arkansas can be forgiven for seeing a little karma at the departure of Ken Starr from Baylor. So long, Ken. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back next week.